Jump on, baby!
I always do that with the mute button. I apologize. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Welcome to the House at Hammer, built by the nation for the nation. Welcome to Raider Nation News today. Hope everybody's having a great Wednesday wherever you guys are at. I hope this audio was loud and clear for you guys because I know a lot recently have been saying that my audio has been down, low, whatever you want to call it. But we're here. We're 15 minutes away from the start of the weekly presser. There is no Jimmy G. We are going to talk about that momentarily. But before we go into it, do me a favor. Break them thumbs. Oops. Wrong one. Break them thumbs. Hit them subs. Smash the bell. Josh McDaniels did talk about 3 hours ago, actually. He did his weekly Wednesday presser. We're going to play that. And like I said, Tay will be at the podium at some point. We know how badly dragged out that was last week, but we're here. I'll even open up the vault line again for you guys today. I open the vault line every time I'm live though, but I'm going to open it up, especially for those that didn't call last night. I know you guys saw me pretty heated, pretty fired up, pretty pissed off, what have you, but definitely still want to hear from a lot of you guys that didn't have the opportunity to call in. So we will put the number on the screen at some point. But before we go any further, let me do a quick roll call for those that are already in the chat. There it is. Shout out to my guy, Bali. Rated Primos, number 1, 2, 3. Our resident writer of PlanetRaiders.com, Franklin Skinner. John B is in the building. My brother Thor. I don't know if you caught the live last night, but again, thank you so much for taking care of me while I was out there this past weekend. Much love to you. Much love to the wife. And see you in a couple of weeks, my brother. Carrie's in the building. Bourbon Country Raider is back. 4-alarm dumpster fire, a.k.a. Hug D's. Was good. LV, salute. Was good, bro. I am Punchy. I don't think I missed anybody. A Raider Nomad. He called in last night. Salute. Okay, I'm going to play Josh McDaniels' presser first, and like I said, we're going to be awaiting Davante to step to the podium. As it stands right now, well, you know what? I'll let you guys hear what McDaniels said. Here we go.
So just getting into these guys, obviously Brandon and Tom, they've built a good football team, and Coach Staley's done a really good job there in 3 years. Very talented team, no question about it. All 3 phases, very aggressive. They really do a lot of different things that you got to get ready for as you're preparing for them during the course of the week. I'd say in all 3 phases, got some really, I'd say, key players that you need to know where they're at and where they're lined up, and they can hurt you quick. Whether that's Bosa and Mack on defense, Samuel, JC. Derwin James, Murray, they got really a lot of guys that create disruptive plays on defense. And then obviously Herbert is, and look at any category you want, he's really at or near the top of it in every situation. So has taken care of the ball. Obviously got a big arm, can move it down the field.
It's a lot more than 3 already, bro.
Drafted another one in the first round this year in Johnston. Allen's obviously one of the best players at his position in the entire National Football League. Eckler, what can you say about Austin? Leads the league in touchdowns the last 2 years and catches the ball, blocks, runs with it after the catch. Punter, it's one of the things that stands out among all the things that they have and that they do well. The punter is one of the best, players, period. What he does and how he changes field position and the hang time. And DeAndre knows it firsthand because he was there, but, averages 4.8 yards per punt, which is the ball's up there forever. And you got to do a great job of catching it and taking care of the football. It doesn't give him a chance to return. So a lot of a lot of challenges. Excited, obviously, to go to LA. We usually have a great turnout there, and another division game on the road.
Only place we're gonna have a turnout this year, y'all. Not an insult, just a fact
part
of
of the
life.
quarterback decision is out of your hands.
Yeah.
It's up to the medical people, but there's a chance that 3 quarterbacks could play or did you have to get 3 quarterbacks prepared to play? What are the challenges from a coaching perspective and coaching standpoint to that?
You can only do what you can do. So every meeting is productive. The guys that can't work. I mean, this is really every week for us. It just happens this week. It centers around the quarterback, but you got to get everybody ready to go in the meetings. We could incur an injury anytime in practice too. So we kind of treat all our players as if they're going to be ready to go and they got to play. So this no different in that regard. The 2 guys that haven't played yet have done a tremendous amount of preparation for the first 3 games, and that won't change this week. So to me, if they're preparing the right way, it shouldn't, nothing should change just because they may have a better chance to potentially play than they would have the first 3 games. So use all of our time wisely, walk through, meeting. Jimmy's here and available to do all that stuff too in terms of the meetings. And then we're just going to go through the week and see where it all lies. But, we'll give the guys reps in practice. They usually get reps anyway to some degree, be a little bit more obviously if Jimmy's not out there today. So, we'll just kind of take it one day at a time, do the best we can, prepare them as hard as we can for today, and then we'll see what tomorrow brings.
Josh, it's obviously a pretty big gap in experience between Brian Hoyer, however many years he's been in the league, and Daniel Connell as a rookie.
Yep.
What goes into the decision-making process when you have a player that's way more experienced than the other in terms of who gets the opportunity?
I think you just evaluate it, in real time. You're right. Experience is
Mark, we're going to
valuable.
talk about it after the presser, and
And at the
appreciate
same
you on
time,
becoming a new subscriber, bro.
We'll try to play the right person based on what the situation is and how practice goes, if that's what it comes to, So I think everybody's going to get ready to go, and I think sometimes, experience is a good thing. It doesn't mean that it's going to determine how it's going to go for one guy versus another. I mean, there's a lot of guys that don't have a lot of experience that can play well, because they're prepared and they do the right thing to get ready.
Should I just shut this off?
They go
Give me
out,
a
and
thumbs up
ultimately
if you
what
guys
matters
want
is
me
how
to
they
just shut
perform,
this
not
off and
how
we
long
talk it
they've
up a
been in
little
the
bit.
NFL or how many games they've played in or what have you. So both guys will get ready to go. Both of them have an opportunity in practice, and like I said, we'll see how Jimmy progresses as we go through the week.
Been in situations before where
Yes, no.
somewhat similar, and you had a veteran guy and a younger guy, and history has shown that you have played the younger guy. What is it that you need to see
Anyone
from
else?
the younger guy, or
All right.
to feel comfortable that he's going to be able to go out there and handle the situation?
I honest to God, I'm starting to get really, really sleepy listening to that, and at the same time, like a couple of you guys in the chat said, "Let's play the drinking game." Dude, I counted 5 and then lost count incredibly quickly. Like I would have already been on the floor. Like, good God, and I've really, again, I told you guys, I'm not gonna hold punches about anything I say. Like, I feel like him stepping to the podium right now, it's just excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. And it's becoming very, very nauseating. Like, sorry, not sorry. Again, shout out to Mark Carbone for becoming a new subscriber. You guys see it at the top. We hit 6,800 last night. We're already up to 6,806. Road to 10K ultimately by the Super Bowl. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And can I get somebody to go into another channel right now, as they're getting ready for this presser and they're probably going to drag it out? Get some people to come on over here and see a face, not a thumbnail or a rotating shield, so we can engage with them as well. And if they want to try to sound off in the vault line, they're more than welcome to as well, man. Jeffrey cries. He said, you should shut it off, Yeah, there you go. Josh needs to get his ass. Damn. He's so boring. Yeah, you know who's worse though? I don't know if you guys are part of this generation. You ever hear Ben Stein? If anybody's familiar with him, give me a thumbs up. And then you guys are probably like around my age range. I did the call-in show last night, but anytime I'm live, like if I'm solo or it's not our weekly call-in, I open up the vault line to you guys. I do want to hear from you guys. Graf is on the IR. He will be back tomorrow. Damn, now McDaniels got me doing it. He will be live with me tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific time. We are doing, I guess, a tornado tag team match. It's going to be me and Graf going against Jake of the Snake Sports Talk Show. He covers the Chargers. And a journalist, a two-time Emmy Award winner, Deb Wickus. She's been on the show a couple of times. We're all going to be live as we do our Week 4 matchup preview as we are going to LA, our only home game of the season, to do battle with our AFC West rival, LA Chargers. So you guys are not going to want to miss that. There you go. Okay. So you guys do know. Elite, absolutely. She's not in the chat right now, is she? Look, Elite did what she does best, and she brought that heat. I had to drop a couple of those Funk Flex bombs last night because she was just throwing bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb, and we have to do something, man. We got to have her on screen sometime soon, and I said it to her last night. She is more than welcome to pull up whenever we're live here, most definitely. Great insight, great knowledge of football. Like, that's all I ask for. And she really brings the heat, man. I'm 24. I don't know, before my time. Yeah, no judgment, bro. No judgment at all. I get it. Now I'm starting to date myself now. It's kind of disturbing. And I do call myself an old man sometimes. Who you got getting TDs this Sunday? Tay. Like, it's just, look, as many times as he was targeted, the receptions that he had this past Sunday, like, I think we get an average of 1 touchdown per game out of Davante Adams, but we shall see. We don't know what's going on right now. Jimmy Garoppolo is still in concussion protocol at this point in time. I stated this last night that we have not seen a player in concussion protocol play the following week, so it's a telling sign. There have been reports out there that Brian Hoyer is slated to start. I don't know how accurate that is, but ultimately we know that it's Josh McDaniels' decision. And I know a lot of people have already been, if Hoyer is a starter, then we riot. Look, we have to take this as it goes right now. I really want to see, start for us, but it's ultimately in the hands of head coach Josh McDaniels. It's in the hands of the medical staff and Jimmy Garoppolo going through this concussion protocol. So we shall see as that happens. Let's open this up for a little bit. Like I said, it's gonna probably be a while before they start. It's already, I keep forgetting I have a echo down here at me, and also my phone is way too loud right now. I have an echo here in front of me. It's 5:44. Again, I really don't believe that we're going to start this presser on time because we never do. So I will open it up for you guys. Let me turn this off of Do Not Disturb so we can actually open the line up now for you guys. Let me lower the highlighted chat. And there it is. SeatGeek Vault line, guys, 347-471-0361. Call on in, sound off. We could talk about last night's topics. We could still talk about that loss from Sunday if you guys want to. Whatever you guys want, as long as it's football related and as long as you guys keep it clean. That's the best way I'm going to put it. Do we get our tight ends involved this game? Josh, we've been begging for that for the last 2 weeks. I'm hoping so. Maybe. And look, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I'm being a realist. Maybe if Jimmy Garoppolo isn't the one to start, maybe the tight ends get involved. We saw what AO did throughout the preseason, getting his tight ends involved. He's getting some of these other receivers involved. So we got to give it some time and see what happens. Hoyer going to come out like, oh, God. Don't put that in the universe, R. Gonzalez and Aaron Rodgers. Did you guys hear about his new movie, Gone in 93 Seconds? But yeah, that was terrible, whatever. Hoyer to start and then get benched. We shall see. Shout out to Ruthless in the building as well. Josh McDaniels throws Hoyer out there. He doesn't care about winning. You know what? That sounds about right, bro. Sounds about right. Again, guys, the vault line is open for anybody who wants to call in and sound off. I'm trying to make sure that everything... Oh, there is one thing we're missing. Do not call yet. Do not call yet. Please don't call yet. Please don't call yet. Connect. All right, we're connected now, so there we go. Let's see. What am I missing here? I'm looking at the chat and you guys are already going crazy. He's only out there for 4 plays. Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw, and anybody's familiar with this. Bleacher Report does a weekly it normally comes out on Tuesdays, called Gridiron Heights. I've been watching this for years. Hands down, the most funniest, the most accurate cartoon and spoof on NFL and NFL players that you could watch. And they did have one, I think it was a week ago, when they were showing Aaron Rodgers, and he had a poster in his room that said "Gone in 93 seconds." That shit had me in tears. That shit was spot on. They really don't mess around with that. So shout out to those guys. Shout out to JD. What's good, bro? Come out all hyped up. Then get, oh, God. Don't put it in the universe, y'all. Hoyer starting in SoFi will be met with a chorus of boos. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to, Johnny. I was nonstop at work today. This is our busy time of year. So, like, it was one thing after another. When I thought I was able to get, like, a few minutes of downtime, nope, something else popped up. So, no, I didn't get a chance to look at it yet. Let me get back to this presser real quick and just see what the hell's going on. It's a whole lot of nothing. Like I said, if somebody wants to go into that other chat and bring some people on in here, go for it. Just make sure to come back. But right now, it's just a blank screen. And it is now 5:48. This was supposed to start at 5:45. I'm going to refresh it, see if maybe the rotating. No, it's still the same thing. So I guess that's going to take a while to start. So that's why the vault line is open if you guys want to call in. You see it on the screen. Darth Vader, salute, salute, salute. It's an interesting read. I'll definitely take a look at it. Kind of weird that we had better play calling in the preseason. This bad dream needs to end. That is a fact. That's a fact. But again, you guys saw what was involved. The tight ends were involved. Now all of a sudden it's like they're non-existent. Our run game, obviously during the preseason we didn't have Josh Jacobs, so it wasn't the best in the world. Josh Jacobs is still getting the rust off. I said the other night that I had predicted 120 to 125 yards, like the rust is finally coming off. He got half of that, 62 rushing yards. So I don't know. I'm hoping this is a week where we can finally see JJ8 bounce back. I would like to see the play action a little bit more involved. I would like to see Jakob Johnson, the German import, a little bit more involved in I formation situations, or even line him up as a guy on the line in a jumbo package. That dude can block. But until then, we just have to wait until Sunday. Call up Tebow, get him off SportsCenter at this point, better than Hoy. Oh my goodness, I would never bring Tim Tebow here. Hearing Steelers know our play calling, and they even told Adams that Josh McDaniels, what the hell are you doing? Oh, Jesus. See, here we go. Charger season ticket holders selling to Raiders fans. Shocking. You know what's funny? And I put this up in a tweet earlier this afternoon, that last week when I was looking at the tickets for the Chargers game, the cheapest ticket at SoFi was $128. Now, we know that SoFi is going to be packed out. You're probably going to see 60-40, maybe even 70-30 Raider fans. Again, not an insult, just a fact of life. This is going to be the only home game that we have this season, the only home field advantage we have this season. I was incredibly disgusted with what I saw this past Sunday. It was truly 80-20 Steeler fans over Raider Nation. Like, seeing those ugly towels being flailed around, I wanted to throw up. Like, that was just embarrassing. And I said my piece on it last night, and hopefully that shit changes, because it really is a smack in the face, man. I hit him in the presser, chat with your channel. Appreciate you, bro. Bring back Versace. At least we have having fun then. McDaniels gonna hire. Oh God, don't do that. Don't put that in the universe. Y'all are wilding today. I vote trade JJ. He didn't want to show up in the offseason, and that is translating into inability to show up. But you know what's crazy, Bourbon? What's crazy about that is that we kind of saw this last season when it came to JJ. He really didn't start get rolling until like around week 4, after week 4. So it's really shout out to True Raider on becoming a new subscriber. I just noticed the number too. Appreciate you. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, man. I don't know if this is something that is similar to what we saw last year. Like the first 4 weeks, I think, if I remember correctly, got off to a rough start and then ended up leading the league in rushing. He made up for 33% of our team's offensive yards from scrimmage last season. So again, this is a tough thing to even really predict or put out there at this point. Last night, I told you guys in regards to what I've seen these first 3 weeks that I'm not going to sit here and give you an assessment come next Monday. I gave it last night. If this team continues to shit the bed, for better words, you're looking at a 5-12, 6-11 team again. And it sucks to say because you guys know I love my team, but I'm also not going to shy away from being brutally honest and telling you guys how it is. We do have a caller. Let me get this. Give me 1 second, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Lil Tiger is in the vault. Salute, salute, salute. Sound off, bro.
Yo, I just had I was watching the show yesterday, and like, where one of the subscribers said something about we're going to tank. I don't believe we should because Devante isn't going to stay long if we do that at all.
I
And
definitely agree with that. Like, look, when we got that call last night, it just came off as some real conspiracy theorist type talk. And look, I don't think anybody in here wants to see this team tank. I don't care how much you like Caleb Williams at USC right now. Again, just because this dude is playing well at the college level doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate to the next level, especially when it comes to a quarterback in the first round. It is truly a land of uncertainty. We've seen it with several quarterbacks over the years. I'm not taking that gamble and saying, "Oh, let's tank. Let's go for Caleb." No, I'm not with that shit. Play.
yeah, because
Herman Edwards said it best. You play to win the game. That's it. Don't fucking sit
Yeah.
there and just give up. Again, we're only 3 weeks in, so people got to relax with that shit.
Like I said, yeah, I understand that. And even though Caleb's gonna be good at the next level, we have a AOC4,
Right.
and we should see what he can do before we can even see before we just throw in the towel. It's only week 4 now, so
No, I agree.
yeah.
Like I said, we have to give it some time.
17-week season.
Yeah. We just gotta give it some time, bro. We definitely do, and they will. It's been a little bit frustrating, but we got to take this week in, week out, man. We got to see what happens right now. Again, Jimmy Garoppolo is still in concussion protocol. There has not been a player to be in concussion protocol and play the very next week. So again, it's up for grabs right now. Not really up for grabs, but ultimately the final decision is going to come down from Josh McDaniels. If he doesn't play, who's going to start? There are reports out there that they have Brian Hoyer presumably starting this coming Sunday. I really hope that's not the case. But again, we got to wait until kickoff, or at least just before kickoff, to find out exactly what the hell's going on. But Lil Tiger, I definitely appreciate the call, bro. Continue to stay safe, and we'll talk soon.
Yep, you too.
Take care. There you go, Lil Tiger. And shout out to 4Alarm on the 499. This weekend needs to start with a W and the beginning of a winning streak. The catalyst. Hey, yo, let's fucking go. Talk that shit, bro. Appreciate you on the super. Shout out to Corey Alexander as well. New subscriber as well. Always watch you with Graph and Wasted. Appreciate you. Much love. We do have another caller. Hold on. We got Johnny from Florida in the vault. What's good, bro?
Yeah, it's just, like I've been a Raider fan for 40 years, bro. And, my mom, my family, all of us have been Raider fans. It's just so disappointing seeing where our team is at now. You know what I mean? And I'm a little bit older than you guys, so I've called in on your show a few times, right? And I told you it doesn't look good with Josh McDaniels. I mean, here we go again with having guys on our roster that they wouldn't be on other rosters at all, like Brian Hoyer, Brandon Bo. It's so important to have quality players on the roster, and these guys are taking up spots because, they got something on Josh McDaniels or he likes them or whatever. It's just incredible, you know what I mean? And I know everybody's calling about, the draft. I ain't got no confidence in this organization, Ziegler and McDaniel, to draft right, bro. You know what I mean? In reality, we got no impact players from the draft. We might have one in Trey Tucker, but they don't even use him. You know what I mean? And if he starts Brian Hoyer, I heard that he hasn't even won a football game in 12 years.
Yep.
Against the Jets, and that was 17 of 14. That's just, come on, man. That's the coach telling us that he's throwing in the towel. You know what I mean?
No, I agree, bro. I agree.
I don't understand it, Hammer. You know what I mean? I mean, here we all go being, my tattoo is older than Josh McDaniels. Commitment to excellence, and I'm being straight up serious. And I don't see no commitment to excellence. I don't believe in no Patriot way. Al Davis himself, that man would never acknowledge nothing like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there's even people in my family and other friends that I talk to, they're like, man, it seems like this dude right here came to the Raiders with an agenda to destroy us, bro. I don't understand why people, I'm not bought into this dude. He can't lead players. Davante Adams, I'm from California originally, right? And Davante Adams is over there by where I live. And you can clearly hear that he doesn't want to play for us no more. Because he's a competitor. He's a winner. And he's entitled to that, brother. You know what I mean? The dude's a great receiver. And we're putting up 15 points a game. This guy's a genius. Come on, man.
No, you're a thousand percent correct. Again, this dude had a system before where he had his tight ends involved. The run game, he would have a very deep running back depth chart, utilize these guys in various down and distance situations. The offensive play calling seemed to be pretty good, but at the same time, you have to think about who was their quarterback when McDaniels had a successful offense. Now, granted, Jimmy Garoppolo did play in the system before. As a starter in the league, has a pretty solid winning percentage. He has a solid playoff winning percentage as well. I know he needed to reacclimate after not playing in the system for 6 years, but at the same time, you have some solid, formidable offensive weapons around you. Jacoby Myers, Hunter Renfrow, who only has 1 reception on the year. You have the tight ends in Austin Hooper and Michael Mayer. You have a solid running back, a leading running back in Josh Jacobs, and you guys are shitting the bed. The offensive line the last 2 weeks has been abysmal, and I've always said this: if your O-line don't work, your offense ain't gonna work. Point blank. Period. It really starts with this O-line as well. Josh McDaniels obviously plays a role in this, but it starts with the offensive line as well. I really can't say much about the defense except for a couple of blown coverages here and there. Last weekend, my opinion, I think the defense did try to hold their own to the best of their ability, but our offense has to score points. We did miss on that pick six opportunity. We did miss out on that pick six opportunity. That pick six, I definitely think, would have changed the entire room in Allegiant. I think that would have changed everything and brought a different energy inside that stadium had that happen. But again, as of right now, we got to take this week by week. It's just a frustrating situation for all of us right now.
Week by week, it's week by week, right?
Right.
But when we continue to see where we're going, and from making the playoffs to where Josh McDaniels, even Hondo Carpenter, I listen to him and he goes, look, man, this guy's in over his head. You got to watch it about Hondo Carpenter because he spoke good about the 20-game sample size, and he talked about guys coming in his system, and these are his guys, right? So, he really ain't got no excuse.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it's like, and then you and Graf going to the Raider game and 80-20. Come on, bro. Are you serious?
I'm bro. I was
80-20,
inside
that is
I was
crazy.
inside that stadium, and in my opinion, from what I saw, it was definitely 80-20. I really wish I would have tried to get like a panoramic view, especially when we were on if it was like third down for us. You guys would have been sick to your stomachs had you been in there live and in living color, because that shit pissed me off to no end. I'm just like, am I really in here right now? And this is what I'm seeing. Like, this was actually the very first regular season game I've been in Allegiant for. I was there for the Pro Bowl in February. I was there for the preseason game last season against the Patriots. Like, this was absolutely disgusting to see on Sunday night. And like I said, and again, I'm not shying away from it, but this coming weekend is the only home game we have. This is going to be the only place that we have home field advantage. And if anybody feels some type of way about it, too bad.
Hey, but you're speaking the truth, bro, and that's why I fuck with you guys. You know what I mean? Honesty is being real with yourself. You know what I mean? And the sad thing about it is I have a cousin that lives in Vegas, right? And, he's a little corporate geek or whatever, right? But he tells me that a bunch of people that have Raider season tickets, they make six figures a year. You know what I mean? So what they're doing is they're just selling off their tickets, making profits, because they're not even Raider fans. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Fucking crazy.
And I don't mean to cut you off. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, everybody that's been watching for as long as I've been doing this, you guys know I live on the East Coast. I have thought about it because a lot of people, this past weekend was the fifth time in the last year and a half I've been to Vegas. And a lot of people have asked me every time they run into me, so when are you moving out here? Look, I just got this house last year. I'm not moving anywhere, but I would like to invest, whether it being property or even investing in season tickets, just to make a quick turnaround. And if I have the opportunity to go out to Vegas for home games as much as I can, I will. If not, I will sell the tickets, but I'll make sure to sell directly to the nation, because I don't ever want to see that ever again. Bro. That shit had me sick to my stomach. I walked out of the stadium before the 2-minute warning. And I'm the type of person, no matter what team it is I root for, it could be the Mets, it could be our Raiders, it could be the Warriors. I'm normally that person that will stay there till the end. But shit, that just being in a fucking stadium that's supposed to be our stadium surrounded by black and yellow, I was like, nah, I'm done with this shit. I'm out.
Yeah, because I mean that shit's just crazy, bro. And it's like, being, like I said, I've watched the Raiders in the late 70s, 80s, 90s, and seeing, our mystique, and this dude is just tearing that shit away, bro.
Facts.
And I feel bad for the stars that we got, like Crosby and Adams, who give it their all and shit. And I'm reading in body language, bro, and it's like, if we go out there and shit the bed against the Chargers, bro, I'm pretty sure, bro, that locker room is gonna be fucking not going good, bro.
Here's something to think about real quick before we end this call, because I know the press is probably coming up very shortly. Now the Shield is rotating on YouTube, but like let's look at this. You saw press conferences, you saw interviews throughout training camp and throughout preseason, right?
Yeah.
And you heard the energy from each and every single one of these players, how these guys are battling for one another and how everybody's holding themselves accountable. You saw that one bad practice in the combined practice with the Rams, how they had one bad day. The very next day, they turned that shit around. Like, now we're in the regular season and our 53-man roster doesn't have that same energy. Like, am I wrong to say that? Am I losing my mind when I say that? Or do you see the same thing?
You're right. And here's the problem with that, bro. I'm going to tell you, because somebody put me up on game, is Josh McDaniels and the coaching staff are hammering our players in practices longer than any other franchise. And you know, if you're winning, it's okay, right? But if you're losing, then you're gonna check out, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's the vibe that I'm getting from the players is like, hey, all right, during preseason, cool, all that. But come on, Hammer, you know damn well if they throw in Brian Hoyer, bro, if you're a veteran, if you're Devante Adams and Max Crosby, what is that going to tell you, bro?
That's a fact. Bro, I definitely appreciate the
You know,
call.
that's fact.
You're right. You're
And I got
1,000%
your
correct.
number, man. And like I said, I like communicating with you, you know what I'm saying? And maybe after the game or something, if you don't mind, I'll give you a call and be like, look, Hammer, you know, like I said, I've been a diehard fan since like 79, bro. You know what I mean? And I hope I'm always going to be your Raider fan, but I just hope some way, somehow, it changes, bro. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, bro. Definitely appreciate the call. And you know, you're more than welcome to call anytime. Have a good night, man, and be safe.
All right, Hammer, you take care, brother.
You too. So, guys, I'm going to ask you the same question. Like, am I wrong to feel that way right now? Has, like, the energy just been sucked out of our players? Like I said, there was a lot of high energy in training camp, in the preseason, especially hearing those interviews, those pressers, and it was getting a lot of us hype. It got me optimistic. I was nervous about our defensive. I was nervous about our linebackers, and our linebackers are actually doing a really good job right now in Devine Diablo and Spillane. But our defensive line is just, I don't know. Graham got what he wanted, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, you're not playing these guys to their strengths. You're not playing this defense to their strengths. You're still on this zone coverage shit. Bro, stop. Please stop. Like, that shit is broke. Fucking fix it. That's it. Point blank, period, the end. Still waiting on this presser. Sorry, guys. Appreciate everybody that's in here tonight. If you haven't already, those that are coming on in, and I see we got, 4 new subscribers while we've been live tonight. Do me a favor, break them thumbs, hammer that sub, and smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, fantasy, and more in the house that Hammer built by the nation for the nation, Raider Nation News Today. You're totally correct. We got another caller. If this presser starts, I'm going to have to hang up on him, and I don't want to do that, but let me take this real quick, guys.
All right.
OGC's in the building. What's good, bro?
Hammer, I told you when he was hired. It's going to be all bad. Looks good in the beginning, but McDoofus is McDoofus. Real simple. The head coach, it reeks his head. Offensive coordinator, he's probably one of the best. But you throw that head coach moniker on top of him, he can't think straight.
Facts.
2 years of dumb calls from the offensive, quote unquote, coordinator. It's just ridiculous, man. I'm so depressed behind this shit. And you see what the players are saying. Garoppolo's a joke.
Can't disagree.
I mean,
right
a
now.
straight
Well,
joke, man.
No. Let me take that back. I'm saying I can't not agree with you, but look, Jimmy Garoppolo again, first game, very solid, 79% completion percentage, 107 QBR, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, pretty much his average 2-to-1 TD to interception ratio. The last 2 weeks, the offensive line collapsed tremendously. We saw Dylan Parham get ragdolled over and over and over by Ed Oliver. We saw some terrible, terrible turnovers this past Sunday. We saw him get rocked by TJ Watt on several occasions, which led to this concussion. I said it last night. I saw when Jimmy Garoppolo walked into the tunnel before the end of the first half by himself. I was right there. Like, I'm sitting right in front of you guys. He was right there to my left walking into the tunnel, and I was like, this can't be good. But I'm not putting blame on Jimmy Garoppolo, not just yet. I'm not. That offensive line is playing a role in this. Our play calling's playing a role in this. JJ's got to get it together. But again, this starts with the play calling, and then it goes down to the offensive line from there.
And then you got to start looking at the coaching. What do you guys see that we're not seeing?
Agreed.
Because it's like, you think they playing? They're not playing.
Yeah.
They're getting their asses whooped.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, man. And I hope Mark Davis don't waste another year. This is supposed to be the year. Man, you're playing for a Super Bowl in Vegas. What more is there to play for if not this? You got a Super Bowl at your home stadium.
They got to turn this around then if that's the case. If they think that they have that shot.
With your way.
Nah, like real talk. If they think that they have this chance this season, they got to turn it around quick. Like, look, we're not in last place. We're going against a team right now. We're going against a team this weekend that realistically should be 0-3. Wasted said it the other day going into into the week 3 matchup against the Steelers. Like, the Steelers have been struggling offensively, but it always seems to be the ongoing story with the Raiders. There's a team that's in a downward spiral, but they come and play us.
And they play down to that team.
Yeah, and you saw the end result this past Sunday night. So, again, we have to move on.
I've been a fan.
Go ahead.
Hammer, I've been a fan since 1971. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I've watched this all through the 90s, all through the 80s when the shit was looking bad, up and down, up and down. Even when we was winning, it was close games. Now you got the refs picking up flags. Where does that shit come from?
Roger Goodell. I told you, he took over as commissioner, and he's got there's a book. There's a book. I don't think too many people know about this book, but there's a book, a guideline for being the NFL commissioner. And page 1, it says, fuck the Raiders. The very last page, it says, see page 1.
Pete Rozelle still in play.
Yep. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
hey, Pete Rozelle still in play.
Exactly.
Man, when I became a Raiders fan, when the Kansas City Chiefs went to their first Super Bowl, it was the playoff game against the Raiders to go. I saw them pick up five flags and call back 4 touchdowns on the Raiders?
Mm-hmm.
Flags flying late. Me and my father sitting up there, and my father was pointing to all this shit. And my father was a season ticket holder at Frank Hill Field.
Damn, man. Before I was
I've
a
been
thought.
this shit for years. It's pathetic.
OGC, definitely appreciate the call, man. You're more than welcome to call anytime. You know that. Continue to be safe and have a really good night,
will,
bro.
dog. I missed the other night, man. I got busy with my grandsons, and I looked up. Oh shit, they gone.
Bro, take a look. I don't know if you had a chance to look back at it, but definitely take a look, man. It was a really great show last night. Shout out to Big Mike. Shout out to everybody that called in. Shout out to Elite. I'm telling you, man. If you didn't get a chance, and this goes to anybody that's in the chat as well. If you guys didn't get a chance to see last night's live, please go back and take a look. You have to hear Elite's hot takes. She was dropping bombs last night, man. And I
really would like to meet Elite.
Whenever she's ready, and we said this to her last night, whenever she's ready, she is more than welcome to jump in front of the camera and be live with us and talk that shit, because she really was dropping bombs last night. Much love, much respect to her, most definitely. And again, OGC, it's always a pleasure talking to you. We'll definitely talk soon, bro.
We'll hit you back.
Take care.
Peace.
We definitely having some fun with this today. This presser, actually, for those that don't know, was supposed to start a half hour ago. So again, this is probably being dragged out just as long as it was last week, where we waited, I think, an extra 45 minutes or so before Tay took to the podium. Doesn't matter to me. I'm glad I'm back in front of the camera. I'm back live with you guys. I'm back home in the vault. So break them thumbs, hit them subs, smash the bell. We already went up another, I'm trying to count. I suck at math. No, I don't. We already got 6 new subs tonight, and I appreciate those new subs. I only saw a few in the chat that popped up with the alert that they became a new subscriber, and I highlighted you guys. The next question I have for you guys, because I know somebody, a new subscriber, put some comments in the comments from last night's live. I know we had a couple of super chats already. We had, I think, 1 or 2 new subscribers that popped up. Did you guys hear the alerts, and were they too loud today? Because I did try to alter that a little bit so they're not too loud or overstepping my mic when I'm talking. So if you guys heard them, if they were good while I was talking, give me a thumbs up. Well, the Raiders have money next year. Well, that's another thing that people have been talking about since last offseason. Is that they're expected to have some money. A couple of terrible ass contracts are off the books next season. So we'll see if these guys get their shit together and actually make the right moves with that money that we're supposed to have this coming offseason. Don't do it. Do not do it, John. I swear to God, you're like the biggest smartass. Primo said the alerts were quieter today. Like, you could hear them, but they weren't over my mic, right? They aren't overpowering. All right, appreciate you guys. That's all I need to hear. See? This is why I love y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you guys for the quick feedback and response. Let me see. If you guys want to hijack that chat again and get people in here, you can go for it as long as you promise to come on back. But there's still a rotating shield in the screen. I just went back to it again. Like, this is just, why do we drag this out? Oh, never mind. Tay's here.
For the people that I needed it to, yeah. I mean, the rest of the people, it's no surprise, it's no secret that I truly don't care what people think. You know, as long as the people that it's intended for understand the message, that's what's most important to me. For the people that didn't understand the message, it was not a shot or directed at anybody in the front office here. That was about us as a football team and the players that go out there and control things and have the most control over what happens, you know, in the outcome of games. And, you know, I think it's a really cowardly and small thing to take shots at coaches when we do have a lot to do, you know, the most to do what happens ultimately out there on the field. So, you know, I'm a pretty direct dude, as you know. So if it was that, I mean, I wouldn't personally decide to go to the media about it. I would, you know, take care of it the way that a man is supposed to. And, you know, I'm just big on taking care of my part of it, and I take a tremendous amount of pride in what I do and, you know, what I put into this game and my portion of it. And, you know, I like to think that it reflects in you know, the outcome and the product that you see on the field. So I just try to keep it to that and then let the rest of the stuff handle itself.
It's often said that
Tiger, I'm going to respond to that after the presser.
That process of winning actually starts on Monday. You've been around some great teams. Are you a proponent of that? You feel like that's happening here with everybody?
Yeah, I mean, it's not happening to the degree that we want it to happen, and I definitely agree with that idea. That's what you're after. That's what all the best teams do. It's not just about the Sunday or, you know, the Saturday before the game cleaning things up. You got to be locked in and you know, attentive to all the things that go into a winning week. And, you know, we're trying to do things the right way, but there's just another level that I know we can tap into. So that's basically where I'm at right now.
How strange is it, Devante, on a Wednesday, not really knowing yet who the quarterback's going to be on Sunday with Jim's status? Do you guys think the snaps?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little weird, but like I said, I'm just trying to control everything that I can right now, which is, you know, being locked in. And, you know, it's not like we got other quarterbacks in there we haven't been with since OTA. So, you know, it would be an adjustment for sure, but nothing too new for us.
How would you describe the way he handles himself, not only in the pocket and the huddle, but the way he throws the ball?
I mean, Aiden's been doing, I think he's opened up a lot of eyes since he's been here, you know, coming from Purdue and, you know, not being a super highly touted quarterback as far as to my knowledge. You know, I don't really pay too much attention to college, but, you know, I think he surprised a lot of people. You know, for what he's done, and it's shown a lot of poise and some promise for sure. But he's got to just keep doing what he's doing, and he'll be well on his way. Whenever his time comes.
Brian's been in the league since 2009. Does that show out there? Or does it look like he's still a guy that's learning and having fun too?
It shows in the good ways. It's a lot of obviously maturity and experience, and a lot of different little tidbits he can kind of give the younger guys, or even Jimmy. That who's been doing it for a long time as well, but just having been in the system and all those different things like that, it kind of gives him a little bit of a coach's perspective a little bit, mixed with the players, which can be, beneficial for whoever's in there.
How much of a difference is it when if you do have to switch to a different quarterback, not just in the way they throw the ball, but just in terms of timing and kind of being able to read off each other?
Well, I mean, going quarterback to quarterback, team to team, I'd say that it's probably more of that adjustment of the timing than when you have the same guys, because we're out there working together to try to get the same. They want to have it look pretty universal, whoever's in there running the route and whoever's throwing the ball. So, it's a little bit of a difference, but nothing that a week of practice can't, we can go out there and work on it.
Like you said, both those guys have been here, but what's your role, or what role do you take in kind of helping get them ready for this week if they do play?
We've been all working together for so long now, so it's really not as big of a thing as what it might seem on the outside, as far as the adjustment and getting used to going with somebody new. But, even within training camp, Jimmy take a couple reps, and then Hoyer come in and throw. I caught balls from Aiden in training camp as well, so it's definitely less than what I've caught from Tim, but it's, we're making it up right now.
That's good. All right.
Thanks a lot.
All right, there you have it. The weekly Wednesday Davante Adams press conference. Look, Elite said it the other night in regards to, again, the media wanting to start shit for no reason whatsoever. He was talking directly to the players. He wasn't talking shit about the team. He said this directly to his players. He's tired of it. And I think a lot of you guys in here, as well as myself, are just as tired with this product, this losing product, this losing mentality. It's got to stop, man. But also, it's week 3. Or, I'm sorry, 3 games down, 14 to go. Relax. Am I still pissed? Yes, of course I am. I want to see us win. I want to see us beat the dog shit out of our AFC West rivals. And as I say that, the week 4 injury report is out. It has been released, and it's as follows. Cornerback Jacorian Bennett was limited in practice today with a hamstring injury. Linebacker Curtis Bolton did not participate. Now, I did see Curtis Bolton a lot on the sideline on Sunday with training staff, so that one does not surprise me at the moment. Max Crosby, knee limited. Jimmy Garoppolo, again, concussion protocol. He didn't participate. Roderick Teamer, Achilles, he was limited. Now, for the forever injury-ridden Chargers, Joey Bosa, hamstring toe, did not participate. Austin Eckler, ankle limited. Gerald Everett, illness, did not participate. Alohi Gilman, safety, heel injury, did not participate. Safety Derwin James, hamstring, did not participate. Linebacker Eric Kendricks, hamstring, limited. Corey Linsley, illness, did not participate. Khalil Mack, non-injury related rest, didn't participate. Linebacker Kenneth Murray, groin, did not participate. And tackle Rashawn Slater, ankle, he was limited. So there is your Wednesday week 4 injury report. And obviously we'll be posting that once this live is over. If players aren't executing, that falls on onto the coach. That's a fact. And I said that before. It starts with the coach and then it trickles down afterwards. I'm sorry to say this, but O'Connell will be another pocket passer that doesn't work in the NFL anymore, and he will be above average. You're not beating elite quarterbacks with O'Connell. Damn. I guess we bring him back Chase Garbage for an emergency. That probably is going to be the case, man. We saw enough from McDaniels last year. What positive does keeping McDaniel produce? Bro, I wish I could answer that question, but I can't. Shout out to Jiang. Relax. Raiders. Tay says it's not coaches, and the crybabies still blame coaches. Can't write better comedy. Chargers got a lot of didn't participate. That's a fact. Let me actually try to find this in the chat again real quickly. I think it was Little Tiger that had asked this question, and we've talked about this before. Let me just see if I can find it. Oh my God, where the hell did it go? Yeah. Oh, here we go. Jimmy G's contract. So his contract is not fully guaranteed. Jimmy Garoppolo could actually be cut after this season, and we don't take a hit at all. So they, again, were smart about the language that they put in this contract. I do believe that I'm under the assumption anyways that, like, if we make the playoffs, yeah, they may give him another shot for another year. If we don't make the playoffs or have like a very, very terrible record, like what I'm predicting, like anything 6-11 or below that, there's a good chance they're just going to outright release him. So we shall see. We shall see. Pocket Passers are still winning all the Super Bowls though. Do you really think Tay will publicly bash the coaches? That will just cause more turmoil, but I ain't worried. Raider Nation for life. Shout out to AJ in the chat. What has McDaniels shown for us to think he's the right guy for the job? At this point in time, he really hasn't shown the nation anything. He needs to start showing and proving and get this team back one way or another. Shout out to Big Mike. I didn't realize that I did this, and my bad for this, bro. But we actually are simulcasting on Big Mike's channel, and clearly Big Mike isn't here, so I apologize for that, bro. He says, so Jimmy G is a la carte now. Yo, I'm so done with y'all. People defending McDouchebag think they're the smartest people alive. I thought when we restructured it, pretty much guaranteed him being a Raider elite. No. It does not, Big Tone. They can get out of that contract after this season. Shout out to Mr. 4-Alarm Dumpster Fire on the $9.99. I'm sorry, brother. Why do Raider fans give coaches the shortest leash and wish to burn them every 3 years or less? Look at every good coaching team out there, multiple years, and the first couple are seldomly good. Look, I said this when we brought in McDaniels and Ziegler to this organization, that realistically, this is probably a 2 to 3 year plan. We're 3 weeks in. Year one was pretty much the warm-up, I guess. Realistically, it was more of a setback than anything else. I was optimistic that this could potentially be the comeback, but again, we got to get through these next couple of games, see what our record is after like week 6, week 7, to fully be like, okay, this team does have a chance at the playoffs, or we're looking at another top 10 draft this coming draft, the 2024 draft, but we'll see. I'll open up the vote line for a little bit longer. We're actually about to hit the hour mark. So if anybody wants to call in, let me put the number back. Let me take this off of the screen first. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Sorry for the dead air. Well, it's not really dead air, but whatever. Let me get this back up on the screen for you guys if it wants to pop up. And it doesn't. There we go. Did it. These 347-471-0361 SeatGeek Vault line. If you guys want to call in and sound off, I'll take like maybe 3 more calls, and then we're going to call it a night. I still have yet to unpack since I got home, and I would like to do that tonight and just try to finally get like a full night's rest. So if anybody else wants to call in and sound off, here's your shot right now. 347-471-0361 SeatGeek Vault line. Call on in and sound off, guys. These young kids need... I'm glad I didn't put that up. Well, let's not go there with that. Vero, haven't seen you in a very, 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 very long time. Salute. Hope you're doing well. Nicholas, when did you start supporting the last 4 after 3 games? Oh, Lord. All right, we do have a caller. Let's take this. Old school Raiders in the building. Sound off, bro.
What's up, y'all? What's up, everybody? Raider Nation for life. It kind of disappoints me the way that this season going right now. I said to my cousin, been a Raider fan since 1990. I have another friend who stays in Vegas. He's from Compton. He's been a Raider fan since '89. They say they don't like the way that this season is going so far. And to me, they should have kept Jack Del Rio. They never should have bought this Josh McDaniels in, because he's not a good coach in the first place. And I'm gonna keep saying this: the last dominant team the Raiders ever had on offense and defense, coaching staff, everything, 1983 when they blew out the Washington Redskins 38-7 in Super Bowl 17, and ever since it's been going downhill. I don't know what in the world is going on with Mark Davis, but he need to fix this. Hammer, he need to fix this, because I know you fed up with this. I'm fed up with this. Raider Nation is fed up with this. We haven't won Super Bowl since 2003 against Tampa, and this is ridiculous. It seems like all these players want to just get paid. They don't want to put the time in. And Davante Adams don't put up with this. And I don't know what's wrong with Josh Jacobs. He ain't been right like he used to. And they ain't been getting Hunter Winfrow and the rest of the teams involved. I'm like, I thought that was the reason why Josh McDaniels came over, because when he was coaching in New England, he used to get the ends involved. It's like, what in the world is going on?
But again, and we were talking about this a little earlier.
Mm-hmm.
What was Josh McDaniels? What was Josh McDaniels' title when he was winning Super Bowls, when he was utilizing 2 tight end sets? What was his title? What was his job title?
I think if my memory recollects correct, if it's correct, wasn't he like an assistant coach? I'm not sure.
He was the offensive. He was the offensive coordinator. He was the offensive coordinator.
Okay.
So you see the difference.
Okay.
You see
so
the
I
difference
only
already.
Keep up with the Raiders.
Yeah, you see the difference
I only
already.
Keep up with the Raiders. I don't keep up with the Patriots.
Yep.
Yeah, I hear you. I understand. I just want you to know that I'm fed up with this. We haven't been a team since 1983, and I'm fed up with this. Raider Nation don't deserve this. We don't deserve this, Hammer. We don't deserve this.
1000% correct, man.
We don't deserve it.
Definitely appreciate the call, bro.
You know what I'm
More
saying?
than welcome to call again in the future, man. Take care.
Okay, I got your number. Lock them up. Take it easy.
All right.
Raiders for life.
There you go. It's funny as I'm thinking about this, because I went through this, but not the way that Coach McDaniels is right now. So for those that don't know, I did coach high school football. I coached semi-pro football for a good couple of years back. Like, since I moved here, I don't have time for that. But I ended up working as an assistant for a varsity team, and then had to do double duty. The JV team didn't have a head coach. So like, I worked as a coordinator for varsity, and then it was like, we need you to also work as a head coach for JV, which for me, middle school and JV football is like babysitting, and it's no disrespect, but it really is. Being a head coach, you have to wear a lot of hats. Like, regardless of the coaching staff that you have around you, you have to wear a lot of hats. You control a lot of shit. And realistically, McDaniels can't multitask. He needs to stick to what he knows, and that's being an offensive coordinator. He's not built to be a head coach. And again, not an insult, just a fact of life. Just saying. Good stuff. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Love these shows. Hammer 100. Appreciate you. The D actually has been really, really good the last, to start the season for the most part. Pause if necessary. It's our offensive line right now that's kind of disturbing. And going into the season, you had Illuminor and Colton Miller that were the top 10 tackle tandem in the league. Now all of a sudden it's like, what the hell is going on? But it's really not them. It's the guards right now. It's the interior. Give me 1 second, guys. Yo, we got Vince from Vegas in the building. Sound off, bro.
Hammer, what's up, brother? First off, I want to say I enjoy watching your stream. I love it when you graphic stream on Sundays when I'm too busy and I'm running around to pull up your stream. You're doing a fantastic job. Couldn't be more proud of you. I mess with all other Raider content creators like Mitchell and stuff, but it seems like I gravitate towards your streaming channel because you're just more. I could just relate to you more and I could just vibe with you more. So appreciate you for having me on. Yes, I'm born and raised in Las Vegas. Real quick, I just want to say it breaks my heart. Watch out opener as a Raider fan. I'm born and raised here. I've always been a Raider fan. My dad was a Raider fan, so I always wanted to get my pops. And been rocking with the Raiders ever since because I just wanted to be like my dad. But for my favorite sports franchise to come to my hometown, Las Vegas, I was excited, but also heartbreaking because to watch a home opener and to see 80% Steelers fans waving those terrible towels. It's just, and you look in the crowd and you look on the broadcast, the NFL broadcast, and you're just seeing a bunch of away week after week take over our stadium. It just breaks my heart. If I would have known this would have happened, I would have just been more happier with the Raiders than in Oakland. So that's just one thing. We got to check that. Understand there's a bunch of PSL buy holders. They're using it as a business and they're able to do whatever they want. Their freedom to sell those tickets to make their money, I get it. But we as a Raider fan, we as a nation, we as a diehard fan base, we can't allow that to happen. We can't allow Steelers fans to come take over our stadium. We can't allow Chiefs fans, Niner fans, etc. So we have to do something about that. One, we have to do our team that support. Two, what I'm mad about is I don't think McDaniels. He might be a good coach, but he's not a coach for the Raiders. He doesn't have that swagger. Look at Jack Del. Look at Coach Gruden. They understood what being a coach of the Raiders is. You know what I'm saying? McDaniels, he wears a stupid ass visor. It doesn't fit well. He doesn't have that swagger. He doesn't have that fire. It takes a certain type of guy with cojones to coach this type of team. It takes a certain attitude. I don't get that out of McDaniels, and it looks like it's the reflection of the player we're getting is that.
I don't mean to cut you off, but you know who would have been a great coach with that type of swagger, that type of energy? Give me at least one coach, and if you can't, if you can't give me a coach, I'll give you one. But let me hear who you have in mind first.
He's blanking. My man's that won the Super Bowl with Indianapolis, with Peyton Manning and them. I would have picked him. I would have think Andy Reid understood to be a Raiders coach. I think he would get it. You know what I'm saying? Because he coached out in Philly. He had that swagger to him. Coaches like that.
So you were thinking the first one
John Harbaugh.
The first one that you were thinking about is Tony Dungy because you said the Colts. That was Tony Dungy you're talking about, right?
Tony Dungy, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Somebody like that. He has some swag. He has some fire to him. He has some grit. You need a coach with some grit. You understand? The Raiders are a grit of a team, but give me a coach who you have in mind, Hammer.
Rex Ryan. Because he's the type of coach that he is the type of coach that he's a player's coach. He's a very, obviously people that don't know, he's a defensive minded coach, but he's the type of coach that will light a fire under his players' asses. And you saw what he did years ago with the Jets with a quarterback in Mark Sanchez that he only played like 11, 12 games in college. Granted, it was USC. He was drafted in the first round. He got that team to two AFC championship games. Like, that dude is a hell of a coach. I'm surprised that he's still not in the league as a head coach right now. But I think the Raider way, the pillaging way, Rex Ryan is that guy. And I would have loved to have him as a head coach here. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If y'all think I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong in the chat. But he would absolutely make for a great head coach again, especially here.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I actually think you're pretty right. You hit the nail on the coffin. We do have his brother, Rob Ryan, right?
Yes, we do.
He's one of the coaches in I could see that. I could totally see that Rex Ryan would be an ultimate fit. But one last thing before I get out of here, Hammer, I think this next upcoming Sunday's game against the Chargers is a must-win. Believe it or not, I'm trying to stay positive, but if we're just going to call a spade, I could really see Devante Adams requesting a trade. We don't deserve a guy like him if we're going to continue to play like this. We're wasting this guy's career. He's wasting away in Las Vegas. He's wasting his way of being a Raider. Unfortunately, if this bus doesn't get turned around, he even said it right after the game. He's like, look, we're trying to get right. We're supposed to already have this thing figured out. We're supposed to stack these W's and make a playoff run. He wants to win. And we owe him everything because he's been saving our butts week after week. I didn't get a chance to watch the Steelers game because I was working, but I watched the highlights, and I look at the stat line. This guy was all over the place. He couldn't stop. And I'm afraid that, and honestly, we don't deserve a guy like him. He saves our asses, every other down, But that's all I need to say. Appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing, and then I'll tap in with you later.
Absolutely, man. Definitely appreciate the call. We'll talk soon. I'm looking at the chat right now. I'm sorry, guys. We need a defensive coach for once. Yeah, we do. So I just saw something in here. Where the hell is it? I just saw something that made me think. Let me see. Where is it? I definitely lost it. I apologize. Somebody put something in here right now that got my attention. Now I don't see it. But Rudy Chavez said Rex Ryan is not a bad choice compared to Josh McDaniels. Yeah. Rob Ryan would not want to be a head coach. No, but if Patrick Graham happens to be fired at some point this season, he's taken over as a defensive coordinator. He was our defensive coordinator previously in the early 2000s and had a pretty solid defense around him and really coached those guys up. All right, so I know what I saw in the chat. I don't remember who said it, but somebody said, like, a coach like Rex Ryan, like, here we go, the good stuff. That old NFL don't exist no more. That don't work anymore. You know what? And this is where I feel that bringing back John Gruden was a failure. You know how he used to get fired up when he first started as our head coach. That dude was another one that brought an energy, and you saw the old NFL films with him dropping F-bombs, every other word on the sideline. Like, yeah, this country now is so PC and so coddled that you can't go off on players like that because everybody's too fucking sensitive. Like, you're playing a real man's sport. You're playing a physical game, but you can't deal with somebody yelling at you and berating you and trying to make you better. Like, I think Enzo Amore puts it best. You SAWFT. Soft. You know what's funny? There was something that was out there the other day in regards to the Jets, in regards to their coaching situation and how this team right now is 1-2 to start. And apparently, I think Rex Ryan might have said that he wouldn't mind going back to being a coach there. So I don't know. I think we should have went to Dan Campbell when he was available. Would be another viable candidate compared to what we have right now. I'm taking this down if it wants to go down, which it doesn't look like it wants to go down. Oh, there it is. This shit just takes forever. I like Gruden cussing at the refs. Look, I think we all did that once upon a time. We are in the TikTok era of football. Damn. The what's his name? Latoya Mahomes. I don't remember. I don't know the kid's the brother's name. I don't really care. He's an asshat. I say fire both Ziegler and Josh McDaniels. That's why the Raiders suck, because you can't speak your mind, so they stay quiet and stay losing. That's a valid ass point, though. And again, this is the culture now. Everybody wants their hand held. Everybody wants to be coddled. Everybody thinks that they're entitled to shit. Like, this is that new generation, the entitlement generation. I don't know what the term is. You had Gen Z or whatever. I don't know what this current generation, what that title is, but realistically, like, a bunch of spoiled, entitled fucks. And those are the ones that are supposed to be taking care of, like, people of my age when I get older. I'm fucked. I really am. Anyways, I digress, but I'm going to wrap it up anyways. We've been on an hour and 15 minutes. Appreciate everybody that's been hanging out for this presser, we know it was dragged out. But we opened up the vault line, had some really solid callers today. We got a bunch of new subscribers in here. Desert said Raiders going to get a participation trophy. Good God. Shout out to him, by the way. Mr. Champ is back in our ESPN Pigskin Pick'em. Desert is back on the top of the mountain in first place after this past weekend. So, yeah, you're getting your credit where your credit's due. The Eliminator, I'm out of it. I don't know why I chose to take the Cowboys-Cardinals game and take the Cowboys. There's only one person left. I can't seem to find out who that person is. I will try to find a way to figure it out, but whoever that last remaining person is ultimately won the Eliminator in 3 weeks. That's kind of scary. But, guys, I appreciate each and every single one of y'all that pulled up tonight. Let me take this down. This goes to show I'm really overtired right now. 31-17, gracias. I can't with you, dude. All right, guys, on your way out, break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions in the house at Hammer built by the nation for the nation, Raider Nation News Today. Continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. I'm trying to find this damn thing on the screen. COVID is still around. Remember to wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. And of course, always on my New York shit, peace, love, and positivity. See you guys tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. The Fatal 4-Way, our matchup preview as we play the Chargers this Sunday. Deb Wickus, Jake the Snake Silva of the Snake Sports Talk Show, myself and Graf. We will be live. See you guys tomorrow with more of that Shield More, Planet Raiders, and fire content. We out, y'all.